Happy Thanksgiving. This is Eve Christoph, your love life coach. Welcome home to Eve's Eden. So this is that time of year where we get to come together and celebrate and give thanks for whatever we've got. It's enough because we're still here, right? Well, I know that at this time of year, families come together that are often not in proximity, and issues that haven't been dealt with tend to suddenly surface. So I want to give you a little story to help you in case your family and you have this instinctual need for healing that turns into a terrible fight. All right, we did our little squabble early, my daughter and I. That was great. If you can get it done before the day, that's really good. You just sort of open space. You say, all right, is there anything that hasn't been dealt with that we could talk with before we all come together? Is there anything you're feeling that you need to air that we can hold space for today, for example, or this evening? So Ram Dass, I think you know of that teacher, Ram Dass, spiritual teacher, tells a story where I think he's high at the at the Thanksgiving table, and every time one of his brothers throws this dart at him, like, I don't know why you ever had to do that for a career. Instead of doing his instinctual thing that has always been to throw a dart back, get him back, punish him. Instead, he found himself responding to every single dart with an arrow of love. So he would say back, I know, it's ridiculous, isn't it, what I do for a living? And how are the children? His father might say something, curmudgeonly, like, you look as disheveled as ever. And instead of getting hurt or throwing a zinger back, he would say, but you, Dad, you look regal. You are just so beautiful in my eyes. And Ram Dass keeps doing this over and over again. All the darts, every single time there's a dart, even thrown at anybody else, he keeps deflecting it and sending love back. And pretty soon, everybody's sending more love arrows than trouble arrows, and they end up in this amazing love fest of a Thanksgiving where people are in tears and this incredible open-heartedness has begun like never before. So remember, darling, when people want to communicate, and say it comes up today, to say to anybody, I love you, needs to come right along with the words, I'm happy to listen. I want to hear you. Because if somebody wants to communicate and has something to say, and we deflect, or we run away, or we attack them or accuse them or put them down for what they're saying, it's not really synonymous with what love is about, right? Because that's dictatorship. That's saying everything on my terms or the highway. So when we listen, we're integrating everybody's desires, feelings, and really just the listening is enough. You don't have to solve it. You don't have to have an answer. But if you manage to sit through a barrage of somebody's little tantrum or their little, hissy fit and their put downs, and you can just let it pass and actually let part of it come into your heart, the true part, like search for what are they really trying to say that you can agree with, and really reassure them about, redirect. This will turn into a new level of love this holiday. It really, really will. So remember that some of the big no-nos that the very evolved men tend to say to women when women are like max, like a lot of times the women are cooking like crazy and they're really get a little stressed. So if you ever call a woman hysterical, crazy, or what's the other one, that she's unreasonable, okay, you're going to be in for like major problems. So remember, if a woman is hysterical, it means that she has been patient with you. She has given you many times. She's asked for something and you haven't responded. By the time a woman is hysterical, it's very common that she has tried every avenue of communication in kind, loving ways, and invited you to breakfasts and dinners and little prayers and little rituals and tried to do little exercises with you. By the time she's hysterical, it means that you missed the boat majorly, and who you have on your hand is somebody who's at their max, their limit. They've waited so long, they've tried everything, and you haven't been there for them for responding to their needs. So think of hysterical woman as a passionate, patient woman. Actually, the most hysterical woman is usually actually the most patient, because it means that her lid is blowing after sometimes years of being patient on a topic. So all you need to do with her is listen, take in, say, I'm sorry, please forgive me, let me think and feel about it on how I can really respond. Now, you don't have to say anything more than that. Just be there, okay? The woman who's supposedly unreasonable, well, that's a woman who knows herself. That's a woman who knows her boundaries, and she knows her deal breakers and her limits. So really, with a strong woman who very clearly is not going to put up with stuff, not going to be patient forever, you really should understand her deal breakers and her limits, because if you don't, you're not going to have a good time. But if you understand them and you just like shift yourself over to like, oh, all I gotta do is, wear a tie on this occasion, whatever it is she's asking, you're going to be so thankful, because remember, she's putting out right now. She's putting out for family, she's putting out emotionally, she's organizing, she's maxed with all of her multitasking and cooking. Okay, now what about the supposed crazy woman? Remember that she is a woman who's passionately growing and changing. She's open, she's conversational, she's fluid, she's spontaneous. So all of these different ways that women get, or the bitchy woman, that woman is probably just hormonally needing a rest. So all of these different ways that women can be, remember what they are your privilege to know a woman, to be gifted by her, that she is so passionate, that she is so patient, that she knows herself, she knows what the deal breakers are, and she's fluid and creative. So all you got to do, if you're the guy, is say, yes, mamacita. Oh yes, okay, I will. What can I do? How can I help? What would you like? What next, dear? Okay, I'm on it. Now you're a team, okay? You're a team. Much love, darling. Happy Thanksgiving.